Welcome to MirrorFly, a unified communications product for real-time chat, audio, and video calls SDK. In this video, I shall be walking you through integrating chat in 20 minutes. In this video, we shall deep dive to see how to integrate the Chat SDK for the React platform. You may also download our sample application available in GitHub if you need to explore more about the real-time chat and call features before you integrate it. This would be the fastest way to build your application UI with MirrorFly Chat SDK. You should also be aware of some of the supported browsers before you start working on the React Chat integrations. Before moving into the integration part, you need to know about the SDK license key to initiate chat. You can get a valid license key from the MirrorFly user console or dashboard. You would need to be a registered user to access console. Since I am already a registered user, I'm logging into my MirrorFly user console. In the overview page, you can get access to the sample project source, SDK files, and API credentials to test your integrations. You can use this license key and API base URL in your project to initiate the chat. Let's jumpstart the Chat SDK integrations. First, create a new React project by opening Terminal. We can create a new React project using npx create React app command. Here, I choose my app as the name for my sample project. The above command will take few seconds to get install the React and to create a new project with the name my app. The above screen tells that the React project is created successfully on our system. Now created the default files and folders successfully. Type the following command in the terminal to move to the My App directory. Now we need to start the server so that we can access the application on the browser. Run this command, npm start, to execute the React application. Let's start integrating Chat SDK into your React app. MirrorFly Chat for React makes the in-app chat development process easy with all the essential messaging features. Let us now integrate the app using NPM Package. NPM Library and Registry has command line tools to help you install the different packages and manage their dependencies. Copy the MirrorFly SDK package. As defined in Step 1, installing the SDK in my application terminal. The installation process might take some time to complete. MirrorFly SDK, with its robust features and functionalities, makes the integration more efficient and easy for every client's app. On client-side implementation, our Chat SDK allows you to initialize and configure the chat easily. On server-side implementation, we ensure the most reliable info management services for the chat within the app. The installation process is about to complete. Now our MirrorFly SDK is installed successfully. The next step is to import the SDK into your application where you want. Copy the import SDK command. I imported the SDK into my app.js file. Chat SDK can also be integrated by downloading the SDK files as an alternative method for NPM Package. So you may skip this part if you are already installed the SDK using NPM. However, I still walk you through the steps for your understanding to integrate chat using SDK files. In the first step, to download the zip file from the React SDK. In Step 2, extract the files from the downloaded zip file. In that file extract from the SDK zip files, copy the index.js file into your application. In Step 3, once the file has been copied, include the script file into your index.html and give the correct folder path. In the Step 4, create a new file sdk.js in the project root and paste the below copied code. In Step 5, import the SDK files in your application where you need. You are using SDK files, then you would need to follow the 5 steps to complete the Chat SDK integration. Let's see how to initialize Chat SDK. To begin with the initialization process of the Chat SDK, you are required to have certain data that responds to the changes in the connection status in the client's app. Copy the code and paste it in the app.js file. Copy the license key details, can get it from the overview section in the MirrorFly console dashboard. Paste it in Initialize function. When you are in the trial mode, by default the sandbox servers will be used. After subscribing for a paid plan, it will be upgraded to a dedicated server. In callback, listener handles connection status in connection listener function, triggered whenever connection status changes. In callback, you need to call the connection listener. Callback listeners are functions that will be called whenever the specified event happens. Already create a function for Initialize SDK method. While using the await inside the function should contain a sync in it. Console the SDK initialize response. Create a button tag, defines a clickable button in return method. Call the Initialize SDK function in onClick method action will triggers on button tag. Now to run the app in the browser, click the Initialize SDK button. Once Initialize SDK is successful, the log response shows the response message as success and with the status code 200. Under Create a User, let's see how to register a user. You can use the below given method to register a new user. Already created a function for register method. Paste the register method code. While using await, inside the function should contain a sync. Console the log for register method response. Give the user identifier as a unique ID to register the user. We accept only the alphanumeric string, so don't use any special characters in the user identifier. Use is force register as an optional param for maintaining sessions. And metadata as an optional param to provide metadata of the user. Make sure that you have called the registration method only once in an application. Refer to the docs for more information on request input for register metadata and response params. Also, you can find a sample response code. Once you have successfully registered a user, you can connect with the MirrorFly server. Now copy the code to paste it in the register function. Console the log for connect method response. Once you are registered, you will be provided with a username and password in register response that you can utilize to make the connection with the server using a connect method. Create a button tag in return method. Call the register and connect method function for onClick method in button tag. Now run the app in browser. Click the register button. Getting the response for register, you can get username and password. Use these credentials to connect with the MirrorFly server. Once login success, connection listener will triggers SDK. The connection to the server will be successful, or else it will get in failure response. Let's see how to send a message to another user. I have created a UI all ready for sending the message. This is our sample chat UI code. You can set the UI for your wish to implement the design for chat. MirrorFly provides you to send the text message to other participants by using send text message method, which is wrapped with MirrorFly SDK. While using await inside the function should contain a sync. The send text message accepts two major param, which is to JID message text. Console the log response for send text message, because while sending the message, it shows the status as success or failure. To JID param represents which message the user wants to send to another user. Let's see how to generate JID for any user. You can use getJID method to generate the JID for any user. You can pass the user ID as another user's registered username. Console the log response for the user JID. Now you can pass the to JID value in send text message. For message text param, represents to give the message body content to send to another user. To send a message from another user, you must implement the message listener function. It's a function that will be triggered whenever you send a new message or related event in one-to-one or group chat. Further, to initialize the SDK, you need to add the below callback method during the process. You need to call the message listener in callback's initialization function. Now run the app in browser. While sending a message, you must initialize SDK and log in with the MirrorFly server. Now send the message to receiver. You can check this in the log. Once the message listener is triggered, in the response message body, object message type shows the acknowledge, which means the message was sent to the server. When the message is sent to the receiver, you can see the message type is delivered. Also, sendText message shows the success response and shows the message type, message body content, which I have sent to the receiver. Now successfully received the message at receiver. Great. Once the receiver has seen the message, again message listener triggers and the message type will be seen. Once receiver send the message for sender, message listener triggers, in the response message body object shows the message type received message. Great. Hope this video is helpful for you in your MirrorFly Chat SDK integrations. MirrorFly Chat SDK and UI Kit gives you a comprehensive real-time chat experience and simplifies your chat design needs. Check out our documentation page for more such tutorials that would ease your integration setup. We have a dedicated customer success team to assist you with your questions and help you pass through the blockers with ease. Thank you, and have a good day.